Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Amanda, and I have decided that I am going to start an Agatha Christie adventure. My grandmother has like a ton of these Reader's Digest Agatha Christie books that she got like in 1980 something, and I inherited them. I counted them. I have 78 on my bookshelf right now, but I've got some more that are in a box that wouldn't fit on the shelves downstairs. So I have a ton of Agatha Christie's. I've only read a handful. And so I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and start my Agatha Christie adventure. I developed an Agatha Christie passion early on in life. I read her back when I was, an early teenager, and didn't like Poirot so much, loved Miss Marple, Murder at the Vicarage, the Mirror Cracked from Side to Side was my absolute favorite. I love that one because it's almost like a little bit of a ghosty. For those of you who don't know, it's a woman who finds a house. She's never been to this town before. It's a small kind of seaside town. She's never been there before, but she's driving by and she finds this beautiful house on a cliff overlooking the ocean, and she absolutely falls in love, and she convinces her husband to buy this house. They've just been married. And she starts working to fix it up, and she hires a contractor, and she picks wallpaper. She points at one area where she wants a door, like all of these updates that you would do when you move into a house. And as they start to peel back the layers and construct this house and update it, they realize that she's picked out the exact same wallpaper that was already there. It's under the layers, and the door that she wants from room to room was already there. Someone boarded over it. So there's a little bit of this ghosty sort of element to it, which is super fun. But anyway, I went into the bookshelves this morning and I picked 7 books. I'm going to try to read them in 7 days, so very ambitious. We'll see how it goes, but I wanted to let you know what books I read, or what books I picked, what books I'll be reading. I am not going to show them to you because I don't know if you can see this or not. This is what all of the books look like. It's literally just the name on the spine, and that's pretty much it. So I won't show you. I'll probably try to put the covers up here, but the first book I'm going to read is 13 for Dinner, and it was published in 1933. It's a Poirot, and it was actually made into a movie in 1985 called Dead Man's Folly. I've never heard of it, but it sounds like a good tale. I looked it up online, and 13 at Dinner is Lady Edgware wants to marry a duke, but Lord Edgware won't divorce her. She jokingly tells Poirot that if he won't kill Lord Edgware, she may have to. And then the Lord winds up dying, and she is, of course, the suspect. So, sounds pretty good. Funerals are Fatal, which was published in 1953, which is also a Poirot detective mystery. After the funeral of Richard Abernathy, family members gather for the reading of the will when Sister Cora asks the provocative question, well, he was murdered, wasn't he? And then the next day, she winds up dead. So, sounds pretty interesting. Poirot Loses a Client, which was published in 1937. It was also published under the title Dumb Witness. It too is a Poirot tale. An elderly spinster has been poisoned in her country home. Everyone blames Emily's accident on a rubber ball left on the stairs by her frisky terrier. But the more she thought about her fall, the more convinced she became that one of her relatives was trying to kill her. This one is an interesting one because I didn't recognize it, but reading the description, I think I've read it before, and I think it was either a movie or it was published on TV. So this story, I know I've seen it before, and I know I've seen it in sort of multiple instances. So kind of curious. It's Hercule Poirot's 16th adventure. The next story I'm going to read is Ms. McGinty's Dead, which was published in 1951. This was actually made into a David Suchet Poirot TV episode in 2008, so I probably will wind up watching that episode if I can find it. I think I have a subscription to Acorn, so hopefully it's on Acorn. I don't know, for those of you who have not seen the brilliance of David Suchet's Poirot, Poirot has been embodied in a lot of different actors. I think Kenneth Branagh did it pretty well in Murder on the Orient Express. There was a Poirot that was John Malkovich played Poirot in the ABC murders, I think, here recently. And there have been several Poirots throughout the year, but nobody, I repeat, nobody did it better than David Suchet. And those TV episodes are brilliant. I love them. But Ms. McGinty's Dead, I couldn't find a lot about it. It's a village mystery, which is typically not something that Agatha Christie does with Poirot. She typically does that with Miss Marple, so we'll see how that one goes. Passenger to Frankfurt, which was actually published in 1970. This is actually a standalone mystery, so it's none of Agatha Christie's detectives. So Sir Stafford Nye's journey home from Malaysia to London takes an unexpected twist in the passenger lounge at Frankfurt. A woman confides in him that someone is trying to kill her. Yet their paths cross again and again, and each time the mysterious woman is introduced as a different person. So it sounds like a pretty interesting tale. And again, it's going to be crazy because I think the oldest book I have was published in 1933, which was 13 at Dinner. And the newest was published in 1970. So the journey, you know, over the course of the years and the decades is going to be kind of interesting as well. Kind of excited about that. And then the number 6 is Mr. Parker Pyne Detective, which was published in 1932 or 33, depending on whether or not you can read my handwriting. I cannot. This is actually a collection of about 12 different short stories, and I pulled this book so that we could see. So I think they've got 12 stories. I didn't recognize that The Case of the Middle-Aged Wife, one of them is called Death on the Nile, which is interesting. So The Oracle at Delphi, The House at Shiraz, The Gate at Baghdad, Have You Gotten Everything You Want? So each one looks to be about 20 pages, so it should be a pretty interesting. But Detective Parker Pyne is also one of Agatha Christie's, I guess, lesser known. I was not aware of Parker Pyne detectives. And then the last one is Sad Cypress, which also was a 2003 episode of David Suchet's Poirot. And Sad Cypress was published in 1940, and this looks to be Poirot's first adventure. It says the title is drawn from the Shakespeare play Twelfth Night. I'm super excited to invite you guys on this Agatha Christie journey. I'm super excited to invite you guys on this Agatha Christie journey with me, and I hope that you have as much fun delving into some of these Agatha Christie stories as me. I have a long way to go to get to 78, that's for sure, but this is a great start. So if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification bell so that you get my updates on how this Agatha Christie journey went and future updates in murder mystery fiction. I'll see you next time.